Roberts.
Okay, so hi everyone. This is Magda Castaneda from Nurse in Business, and I'm glad that you're here watching this Facebook Live. And if you're watching the replay, I welcome you as well. I help nurses clarify their niche and clarify, I'm sorry, I just got some food delivered in the middle of our Facebook Live, but I help nurses clarify their niche, and then from there use video and social media strategy to grow their business. And today I am here with, I want to interview Amelia from.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm so excited about this interview and to have you on. And I just want to kind of jump in and start asking you questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Basically, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about the. So we're going to kind of go around that. Okay.
Okay,
So,
you broke in and out. Say that
yeah.
again.
Can you hear me now? Good.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying is that we're going to use like a nurse in business perspective to have a call. And so it's going to be more around that. And for those nurses that are watching, I just want them to get inspired by the work that you are doing. And most of the time it's more like, getting them to know your story and letting them know that these are things that they can do too. Yeah. And then towards the end, we're just going to give you and, just in case somebody wants to get in touch with you and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start. If you want to kind of introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Sure. My name is Amelia. I grew up around business owners. That's how I got my entrepreneurial bug or whatnot. And I started Solutions by Amelia because, to be quite honest, as I mentioned before, I was inspired by student loans. I was thinking about, what could I do easily to earn a little extra money? And it was social media management because I had been involved with it, using it personally. And then, I had family business, so I started using it for business use and teaching others how to use it, for professional use or for business use. It wasn't like that hard of a leap. So because it was pretty easy to start doing that, that's where I started. And, now I also do freelance writing, freelance blogging. I'm starting to do a little bit of business development, a little bit of PR with, landing media pitches for other people. And yeah, that's where I am now.
A lot. Yeah. So let's call you, there's a term that they're using now. It's a multi-passionate entrepreneur.
That's me. And you know what? I always say, like, all nurses are multi-passionate. If we could, nail it down, we would probably choose another, type of field of medicine if we could just focus on something, entirely forever and ever. Amen. But yeah, most nurses are.
So speaking about that, so you were a nurse, or you are a nurse.
I still am. Yep. 2 days a week. 2 days a week. I'm a care coordinator. Yep.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that. Because I want people to know about you and what's your background, and then we're going to continue to talk about the business. So tell us a little bit about your nursing background.
Yeah, so care coordination, multi-passionate. I mean, it's like, really, to be quite honest, on my first few weeks of orientation, I was struggling. And I asked my preceptor, like, okay, so what exactly is it that you do? And she told me, she was like, I'm a doer of what needs to be done. And so what that looks like, it looks like, navigating families through the healthcare system. One day it could look like insurance authorizations, sick calls, letters for school for kids, connecting families with resources or organizations or other parents or other families to help give their kids support, planning community events to support our kids so that they don't feel like they're the only person who's sick. It varies. There's no day is the same. So, yeah.
It sounds really.
Yeah, I like it.
So then the rest of the days, what do you do?
The rest of the days, I'm doing my Solutions by Amelia freelancing, the freelancing work. It might be a project for a client. It might be phone calls to prospective clients. It might be meetings, various, yeah, I'm so busy. Like on my days off, I'm so busy. So much for work-life balance, but yeah.
That, a nurse like me, nurses in business, how exactly can you help a nurse in business?
So what I do for my clients is let them know, well, first of all, if a nurse who wants to be in business, I'm finding like a lot of people, not just nurses, but a lot of people, they're not really clear about their audience, like their audience needs. And if they can't really visualize their audience, it's really hard to position their service offering correctly. So I help people get clear on their target audience. And once they get clear on who they're helping, finding strategic partners and aligning them with influencers comes naturally, and it's easier to do once that part is clear.
Yeah, that sounds really cool too. That sounds really cool. So since when are you managing this business?
Solutions by Amelia honestly so my first interaction with business, I was tiny. I was like selling pot holders to my grandmom's friends. So, I mean, how did I learn? I'm serious. Like, when did I learn you could make money online? That happened a while ago. I saw like a free piano. I saw a free piano on Facebook. I'm serious. I saw a free piano on Facebook. And I know a guy, everyone knows a guy. I know a guy who hauls pianos. And I was like, hey, I see a free piano on Facebook. And long story short, he picked it up, he sold it, and I got a commission. And it ended up being a Steinway piano. It was a Steinway. And I learned something from that too, because I didn't know what a Steinway, I didn't really ask what type of piano it was. But anyway, I should have gotten more of a commission, but I didn't know anything. But in any case, so when that happened, I was like, oh, wow, you can like make money like online, selling stuff. And so that turned into like eBay, going to thrift stores and then selling stuff on eBay and blah, blah, blah. But nothing really serious. But Solutions by Amelia seriously started, I think, like a couple years ago.
Oh. To start your own business, or this just came? I know you were raised in a family, that entrepreneur in your family, so that gives you a different point of view. But were you scared at all to start your own business?
Yeah. In fact, I almost can find the blog, but like 5 or 6. So I have a cousin. She's in photography, D. Finney Photography. If you were to Google it, she might come up. But in any case, about like 5 or 7, almost like 7 years ago, I want to say, I had a conversation with her about what it was like being in business. And she was very frank with me. She was very frank, very honest. And to be quite, so after she had that very else with Solutions by Amelia.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Are you there? Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it was a lot of influence from your cousin, I hear.
Yeah. Because so a little backstory about that. She is so interesting. I have so many. What all nurses do. We all have stories. So the year that I was getting married, like in 2009, she was going to be she was my maid of honor. And, maid of honor, lots of responsibilities, right? She lost her job that year. That was the year she lost her job. So here she was, needing to pay for all this stuff and figuring it out. And long story short, she started doing photography. She started taking pictures of people and blah, blah, blah. And now her photography business is doing very well. She just got her first print placement, print magazine placement. And so, and she's not just the only one. I honestly had to watch a few of my friends, good friends who've had businesses, start their business and get to and grow. I've watched multiple people in my, close group start a business and grow and expand and hire people multiple times over before I even started anything. So I feel like I'm like behind because I've, been watching all these people, start and grow and expand and move on. I feel like I am behind, but they've been a positive influence for years.
Good. I think it happens to all of us, like we all feel like we're so behind and we try to compare ourselves with others. But what I was just about consistency, right? Consistency, because at the beginning, everything is slow. At the beginning, the word is getting out and all that. So everything is slow. Things don't happen magically. There are people that, that they have that first, is to start something and let it grow. Let that seed grow, right? And a lot of people just bail out probably a month into it or 2 months because they don't see a response. What are your thoughts around that?
So I have, so a lot of what I've found, what I've been taught. So business coaches and mentors are everything. I've invested in myself in business coaching. I invested in sales coaching. I invested in mindset support because, going into business with an employee's mindset is a good way to fail quickly. There's like a lot of mindset work that you have to go through. And, we share a similar like exposure. We've had both of us have had exposure to sales, being in direct sales or some sort of sales, company. It starts to help you work on that mindset. And, that mindset work, having that sort of not completed, but at least starting the process, I think that is what has helped me. And, I recommend, other people who want to go into business is before diving head first, practice with some sort of sales company or direct, or at least get that training or that confidence, get over that fear of rejection, or that feel of failure, those companies can help you with a team to get through those fears that, can show up in weird ways later on in the business. I see a lot of times, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection. If those aren't resolved early on, it can pop back up somewhere else.
Yeah. And it's true. And you will have no's, right? You will have no's, but not everyone is going to be your client. Not everyone is going to say yes to your offerings, but there's going to be plenty of yeses. So okay, so let's go ahead and start wrapping up. And if there thing that you could tell future nurses in business, people that are watching this and they're interested in building their own business, what would be that one thing? Like most of the time, I remember when I was going to start, my question was, what do I do? Where do I start? So what could be that little nugget that you can give somebody so that they can kind of start to get their feet wet and start, get that ball rolling?
Just start, look for a mentor, look at somebody who is where you want to be, and examine their LinkedIn profile. That might sound like a little creepy, but there is this particular nurse who I found out about pretty early on, and I was like, wow, they went from point A to point B. How did they do that? And I looked at their LinkedIn profile. It's I looked at from when they started as a staff nurse to what they're doing now as a director of marketing with some huge company. And I looked at all the little steps in between, and I looked at some of the little things that they did, and I looked at that. And, the nice thing about nursing, to be quite honest, we're a tiny, tight community. If you reach out to that nurse that you really admire and want to have a quick 5-minute chat, if you reach out to them on LinkedIn, um, the chances that you'll get a yes in a quick phone conversation, a quick informational interview, is pretty high. So, so that's a few tidbits. That wasn't really one nugget, but I would say, you know, think of somebody that you admire, and, you know, if it's a nurse in business, you know, look at their LinkedIn profile and reach out to them for a super quick chat.
Yeah. Well, that is great. Now, about you, how can people connect to you? How can people reach you? How can people get in touch with you?
Okay. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Not Snapchat that much, but I'm on Instagram, Twitter, as RN at RN_solutions. Amelia, my email is Amelia, AMELIA @solutionsbyamelia.com.
Okay, great. Well, Amelia, thank you so much. This has been a great interview, and thank you so much. Just like this, I just wanted to start with you because I find what you're doing really interesting. So, and a lot of other nurses. We're just starting with this. You know, like not only nurses, other people can see this and they don't have to be nurses, but because we're nurses, we're basically focusing on nurses.
Well, thank you so much. I'm a fan of yours, to be quite honest. You know, when I was like watching your webinar that you did, you know, when you were geeking out over marketing and talking about Facebook ads, I was like, I was like, I had a fangirl moment when you started to do that. So
we're going to be talking a little bit more about that here, you know, on page, and you know, just helping out, trying to help as much as we can. So
awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Amelia. And this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this interview with Amelia. We're going to be here. We're going to bring more interviews like this. She hangs around in our private Facebook group, which is called Nurse in Business Private Group. You can just go in and just ask to join, and we're going to say yes because we're open to everyone that's a nurse. We're open. And yes, and so you can see she hangs out in the group, so you can go in there and you can ask questions, and I'm pretty sure that she's going to be able to answer them. So, Amelia, thank you so much again, and see you guys soon. Bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye.